Hey everybody, super cool to be live again. So today, just a quick stream. Quick sound test, sounds good. Everything should be working. Only going around 20 minutes, let's see. Don't have so much time, but I wanted to do at least one short stream before the weekends, and then we again back with a longer stream coming the next days, maybe even tomorrow, let's see. I hope so far you have a good day. Maybe it's the rest of the day for you now, or the morning, who knows. So I just released a new tutorial yesterday with staff animation for beginner to pro, so different levels, and we're going to check into that. Hello Xebai, cool that you're joining the stream. And yeah, let's see what happened. Let's go in Clip Studio, and I did a couple of explorations, so you see. I also have to name them correctly and clean things up here a little bit, and then I'm going to share the open files on Patreon. But for now, let's see what happened. So I did a longer animation of Goku, but also I did this one here also a little bit in 3D space. And the cool thing is, I feel like, especially this transition from this shape from 2D, so you're sketching it like that, and then going into 3D space can be, it's not too complicated, because you can first implement your first position, for example, this position, then this position here, and then you can just go in between and see how things come together. So this was a little animation here in perspective, and then I did several ones, and I also find the exploration cool, that you sometimes only need 4 drawings to make this animation here. Yes, to make it work. So yeah, if you're looping it, you already can create the illusion that the staff is spinning. So that's also something cool. So you don't always need so many drawings to make an animation work. And sometimes I find it even cooler from the style if you can make solid animation without having all kind of different frames in there. So yeah, and then also a little thing, this little X here in the background. I mean, you don't need it, but it can be a little bit helpful to stay consistent and yeah, have your staff around 1x spinning. I think that makes sense. What else did we create? It also here, I think this is more of a site where you want to stay consistent in terms of the size of the staff. So here it gets a little bit shorter, and also here it's almost like an ellipse, almost if it would be in perspective. But if you don't want to do it, try to maintain the same size of the staff, and I think that helps to convey the illusion that it's spinning. Does Clip Studio Painter have any looping feature? I think, I'm not sure, I saw one somewhere. So I think somewhere in the playback option, I think you can say that it should loop play, maybe this one. And then maybe you have to also let your animation finish here more in the beginning. Maybe like that. Yeah, like that you can loop the animation. You then have to check out if you're exporting it, you can also let it loop a couple of times in the settings, and if not, just do it in an editing software. But yeah, just for playback, I think this can be helpful to see if you're happy with the animation so far. Cool, and I also can't wait to explore other weapons to animate and see. I did also so far a couple of ones, but yeah, they all have different possibilities. Where to add smear, how to clean sketch them, and also if a character's interacting with them, how to do that. And here was another one showing a little bit the timing. So we have smaller gaps in the spacing here in the beginning, and then when the animation gets faster, we have bigger gaps. So like one staff position here, one here in the beginning, so they're close to each other. And then when and then the spacing gets a little bit bigger and they get faster also. And then also you can change the timing a little bit, so you have maybe first have it on 2s, on 3s, on 4s, or whatever you like. So and then on 1s. So you have 1, 2, 3. We would have one drawing, 1, 2, 3, one drawing, and then later 1, 1 or 2 on every second frame, one drawing, to help a little bit also with the flow and give the animation a better dynamic. Here was an example, I think, yeah, where I just added a couple more drawings at the beginning, 1, 2, 3, and also with the adapted a little bit the timing, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then later here we have it on 2s and then on 1s where it's a little bit faster. And yeah, play there a little bit with timing and see how it looked different. I feel like often just try things out, experiment, and then you see the best for yourself on how things are going. Yeah, and with that, over time, develop a little bit a better feeling on what you like when animating, what you don't like. Some like to add more smears, some like to add less, or only smears when you have super fast action. So it depends a little bit. And then also I like this practice here, where you really only make the brush size bigger. So just take one brush, and then yeah, you're just animating it like that without having spending too much time on sketching the stuff out. And I feel like, of course, the final result is not so eye-pleasing, like if you would sketch it normally out. But if it remembers a little bit of the stick fighting animations, and a cool thing you can quickly play with the center. And also something I realize I say a lot of times a little bit. So that's also a goal maybe here for streaming, not to say too many times a little bit. But yeah, if not, at some point we made a drinking game out of it. So you can just make your brush size here bigger. See, and also try out different brushes and then go through here and play with the stuff. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you can already see, okay, what does it make a difference on where do I position the next frame? How does it look like? So without spending too much time on sketching the stuff out. And yeah, just have some fun here. And maybe now we're doing it already here. And what if we would add a smear like this? How does it look like? Are we happy with it? Maybe even here. And then another one here. And now we see it even double. Maybe like that. Make things here a little bit round. Okay, that doesn't work, so just go back in again. Okay, I don't like the smear, so just make corrections. So you're super fast in getting the basic principle maybe a little bit better in. So yeah, I think it's a cool way to just practice this basic fundamentals here. And then it gets back in here into speed. And then you let it just ease it out here. And yeah, with that, play a little bit on creating the staff animation. I feel like here what's missing, it gets a little bit flat. So try to maintain a little bit this round connection. And also what's missing is here that you understand better that it's really this round stuff animation here. So I feel like shapes like this and smear like this that are in this round form help to convey the motion better. I feel like that's important. And yeah, I think a cool way to make quickly mistakes here and learn from it and then make corrections. Like in this case, okay, now already the shape is already a little bit better understandable. Maybe we can add here some speed lines. But yeah, works a little bit better. But yeah, cool. Let me know if you have any questions. Of course, we could spend here more time and refine it. Yeah, I think it's okay. Cool. What else happened? So we had this one. Then we had this one also. That's spinning in perspective. And the cool thing with the one going in perspective is, so you're just sketching your, quickly change the brush size here. It's just sketching your first position. Like this. And the second one, where you want to go into perspective, you can super creative here. So you could position it here, maybe like this, and try out what's working for you, what not. Maybe let's bring it a little bit here. So you want to see that you're consistent with the size, but yeah, other than that, you can just play here. Maybe make it a little bit more thin like this. So as you can see, I don't have too much time today, so my line's a little bit wobbly, but the principles I want to convey are the same. Of course, I could also now go in here like this and make things, especially when you want to have a clean line. This is a little bit also from traditional sketching, where you rotate your paper and then you can sketch out a little bit better your clean lines like this. Just as a little note, so yeah. Sometimes you want to sketch your lines like this, and you are better in sketching straight lines like this. Just you rotate your canvas, and things get more easy to do that. So put this on, and then the last thing you could do is here sketch in again your stuff from the side. And with that, you can already check, okay, am I happy with the motion in total? And the last thing, just position your drawings then. So adjust the 9 and 5 here for these positions. Can be also other positions, but then just go in between here and fill in the missing position. So you could also now go in the other direction. So let's see. Now we have here the next one. But yeah, then just animate your stuff here in between and see how you can convey this motion. Now it's slowly getting into perspective here. And with this one, we move slowly in perspective. And yeah, it's helpful to establish first your key positions and then you fill in a little bit the gaps and slowly move into perspective. And then with this one would be the same thing. Just see, okay, what are my middle drawings here? What is missing? So you could say like maybe like this. And it's helpful to the first one that they are a little bit similar still to the one before. And then, yeah, you go more in here in space and change things. And yeah, with that, you can easily create here a nice rhythm and change from 2D from the side to then to 3D space. Super cool. All right. Yeah, what else? I think the only thing, maybe I can show you, this was the finished one where I animated Goku. You can see the process also on the latest YouTube videos. That was super fun. And I added here, yeah, the staff animation, and it's similar to the same principle I just showed you. Just sketch a character out. The tricky thing is a little bit how are the hands moving accordingly to the staff. So this is something to have an eye on, but reference can help there. I used it helps also when animating a character to have a little character sheet. I used in this case the Dragon Ball opening for the character reference. But yeah, I think also in combination with the background looks cool, and it's always great practice to bring animations to a finished state. So also for me, if you look here at the foot, for example, this are things where you could stay a little bit more consistent with the body parts that are not moving too much, and also maybe with this animation. Yeah, cool. And also, if you're interested, on Patreon, I shared the process on from bringing the animation from the technical perspective in Clip Studio Paint. What's important when from the rough animation to the colored one. For example, like in this case, when you sketching in your clean lines that you want to have no gaps, because then you can use the fill tool efficient and you don't fill also the background on accident, and things like how different Gengar looks can look like, which color codes to use. Yeah, if you're interested, check it out. And also the YouTube video already shows a lot on the whole process going from beginner to pro, from a basic staff animation to more advanced one. Cool. Super fast live stream today, but I'm also learning a lot when talking about these things, doing little demos. Super fun. Can't animate enough. All right, with that, next week, maybe tomorrow or Wednesday, let's see. I'll let you know. And with that, thanks for watching. Bye.